Hey, I'm Duke on Twitch. If you want to support the channel and greensunzenith.com, you can find my Patreon, merch store, and singles store where you can buy singles through TCG Player or Card Hoarder in the video description. If you want to get in contact, you can also find all that info in the description below for things like donation deck lists or just wanting to reach out. Alright, let's get right into it. Hey YouTube, we're back with a donation deck list from Steve. Steve is a good friend who I was able to catch up with at Eternal Masters recently in Melbourne. We played this deck list through a league a few weeks ago, and I wanted to come in and make some changes a little bit closer to what he was playing at the event, and hopefully do better than we did in the league. Some changes to the deck include bringing back Hexmage into the main deck. Hexmage gives us another way to make a 20/20, which is great. And also allows us to have some pretty cool interaction with things like opposing Chalice or Planeswalkers, or even a Murktide if we want to. I'm also running Swords to Plowshares in the sideboard for the decks where I'm probably taking out Chalice like Death and Taxes or Maverick style decks, and wanting to have that instant speed interaction with creatures. It's also great against Murktide as well. I think against the Blue-Red Delver decks, I'll probably be moving away from Chalice in the main deck, especially if they bring in hate for it, and then just bringing in the swords, because Chalice on one is quite nice against Delver, but I think that having the swords is much better, and cards like Meltdown can really affect how much Chalice has an impact on the deck. So I've also decreased the amount of wastelands in the deck to 2. We have multiple ways to find them in Reclaimer, Reliquary, and also ways to get them back from the graveyard in Loam and Ramanap, so I think I'm okay with that. But yeah, just going to see how this plays out. The other big one was Grist. Grist we've added into the deck as a Green Suns card to hopefully remove something in the air, something like a Murktide or a Delver, as a way to get through flyers, and also just generally a great way to grind. It can be found with Green Sun Zenith, which is nice. And yeah, just a really solid card for matchups where I want to grind. We also have a bit of spice in the sideboard, which Steve was playing, which is Armageddon. Pretty nice in a Mox Diamond Life No Loam deck, and a little bit more hateful than cards like Choke at the moment against these 3 to 4 color decks that can easily play around Choke to some extent, especially the versions playing Abundant Growth, so that should be pretty cool. This is really Abzan Depths, but I'm calling it 4 color Loam because it technically is 4 colors with the Mindbreak traps, and it is running Life No Loam. That's going to be the deck tech. I'll see you in round 1. If you like this content, definitely consider subscribing, because I believe over 50% of my viewers are not subscribed, which is insane. So we'll see you in round 1. Hey team, welcome to game 1. We are on the play, which is nice, with not too bad a start. We have a turn 2 Bob or a turn 2 Chalice, so I'm pretty happy to keep this. It doesn't have a Mox Diamond start, which would be fantastic in this position, but I think this is more than a keepable hand. I think in case of Blood Moon as well, I'll start with the Verdant Catacombs in case I need to get a Swamp, and then I can still play a turn 2 Bob after a Blood Moon effect, which is quite nice. I could play Bog if I really wanted to make sure I hit my 3rd land untapped, but I think just in case Bog, sorry, we will lead with just Verdant Pass, Windswept, Confidant, and then hopefully hit a 3rd land off the Bob. In the blind, I'm not too happy either to play the Chalice for 0. I think Chalice for 1 could be pretty good, especially in Legacy and especially in game 1. Okay. Island Ponder, and just a basic island, which makes me think I want to play the Chalice here instead of the Bobs. This also saves the Dark Confidants from Swords to Plowshares. I'm just going to go for Bayou and Savannah. Opens up the majority of my colors, which is really nice. Nice. A small win. Getting that Chalice down. I guess something like a Prismatic Ending is a pretty nice way to deal with the Chalice. And there you have it. Alright. Here I'm pretty happy to get this Bob online. And then play the Bog. At least turning off things like Snapcaster into Ponder here, which is nice. Teferi Bounce is a little bit annoying, but not the worst. I can still 2-spell here, which is pretty good. I could loan back the double fetches, but I think I'm happy just to double Bob. Interesting. Dress Down does stop the Bobs from triggering. I think here I want to loan back and then play Grist. It's going to get a basic forest here. Cool use of Dress Down, turning off the Bobs for a turn. Swords on Dark Confidant means I don't have something like a main deck Supreme Verdict in hand, which is really nice. Also Bob here doing more than Sylvan Library would because the Narset does turn off draw effects. Alright, double sword's pretty good. Hexmage. Hexmage is nice because it does, in a way, turn off the Narset. We know they have a prismatic ending in hand, but I think we have to just play out the night anyway. We can't really play around the prismatic ending, so I think I will also trade with the Narset right now to stop them from getting an additional card. There's the ending. Thinking if I want to play out my Verdant or not. I think I will in case we draw a Dark Depths, because then we'll have 3 sets of 3 in play, which means we could start taking 3 counters of Dark Depths each turn. But pretty tough spot. The double answer for Dark Confidant before we actually drew an extra card off them was pretty crucial for my opponent to kind of stay in this game after a mulligan. I don't want to loam either because I do want to find a threat. And not just lands, unfortunately. Well, that is a threat to some extent. Can copy the Dryad Arbor if need be. But surely with 6 cards in hand, my opponent has some sort of Planeswalker or finisher to start taking this game over. I think because I now have the stage, I might even start loaming just to find Dark Depths. Let's attack first, because if they like Snapcaster, Brainstorm, I can at least get the Dried Arbor back with the loam. This is where like a Field of the Dead would be really strong. Maybe that's a consideration in this build because there are so many different land types. There's a Depths. All right. Just a land and pass. Pretty happy just to go for it here. We don't have really any protection in Incorporation or Sylvan Safekeeper, so... Sure. March is pretty cool. I did mean to get back the lands there. That's definitely my wrongdoing. But a pretty nice pickup anyway. They chose to shuffle off the Ponder. Timeless Dragon is a pretty nice win condition here. Chose to shuffle again. Sanctuary getting back March is pretty strong. Means I probably don't want to go for the 2020 here and just want to try to draw into more threats, but it is going to be tough. Especially knowing about the March. Now Green Suns is interesting. Endurance, Ramanap, Grista's in the bin. There is a world where I Endurance myself. This is where Safekeeper in the deck would have been really nice, but because of the Chalices, we didn't run Safekeeper in this list. Force. So Force and March are their last cards. Or March is now their last card. Honestly, here, I just want to start trying to make them trade for cards that aren't. Kind of the main thing that I'm trying to do. Like if the March can trade with a Dryad Arbor and then I can try to go for the 2020, that'd be pretty cool. Okay. Hmm. 3, 3, 3. I shouldn't have played the land for turn. Apologies. What I was supposed to do was play the Ramen app, make the combo now, and then play a piece, and then play a piece next turn, and then have the combo up again. That was just an incorrect decision. Yeah, just a little bit of a miss sequence there. Well, they don't use the March. Interesting. Oh, they keep it back. Wow, okay. Interesting. Wow, prismatic ending. We don't have 4 colors just yet. Black, green, white. The stage could go after the volcanic though. So we'll see how this plays out. Okay. It does turn on prismatic ending. I wonder if they attack or not, because if they attack, then they definitely have something in hand. They don't attack. Interesting. Well, I'm still pretty happy. I don't believe I have a way in the deck just to get a 4th color right now. Attack them, attack Teferi. Okay. Get backstage because we have depths in play. Wow. I did not think I was going to get there. That was pretty interesting. All right. We're looking at sort of a 4-color build. So I like taking out the Armageddons. I wonder if they're a mentor. I'm going to try the swords. I'm going to take out 1 loam. I think the chalices aren't that great, especially seeing the prismatic endings. I don't mind this. I'm going to keep the Mox Diamonds in just because of the Armageddons. And because I really want to try to get those turn 1 plays of a Dark Confidant or some other similar effect. I could see Force of Vigor if they play Back to Basics or Blood Moon. So just in case. Caracas could potentially be dropped, but because of the Armageddons, I want to have all the lands in the deck. I think this is sadly just a mulligan because of the mana. Can't really do much, especially when the Dried Arbor is going to have to untap for us to be able to use it. So pretty happy to mulligan this. It's a 1-lander with Mox, but with Loam. Turn 1 Green Suns for Dried Arbor, turn 2 Loam, get back the Windswept Heath, Mox it. Look, I don't mind seeing how this plays out. I'm gonna bottom the Knight here. I do like that we have the Force of Vigor. We can't find that. We can find the Knight. Chose to shuffle with the Ponder. A land is pretty fantastic. A land might actually make me just want to go for Loam straight away. No guts, no glory. Wow, that's huge. Much is more than fine. I'm going to hold up Dried Arbor here in case they go to Fairy Bounce. We can then fetch Dried Arbor end step, but a Ponder's going to eliminate that possibility. Okay, wow. Now I like just holding up the Reclaimer. Could have gone for Dried Arbor there. Then the following turn would have 3 mana with the Swamp to play the Knight.
Just going to bog them in response to this Snapcaster. This makes me think they just have a Supreme Verdict and trying to get 2 damage in here. I'm not too scared of like a bolt effect, so pretty happy just to take this and then, yeah, take the Supreme Verdict. I'm also going to go for the Dried Arbor here to give me 2 creatures, just in case of the Teferi. This is where things can get a little bit more dicey though. That's fine. I think I'll concede at the end of this turn. I just want to see if they play another 1-drop. We don't have any hoses like Teeg or Choke or even like a Thoughtseize in this matchup, so definitely tougher than other builds. Chalice on the play is definitely interesting. Even the Endurances is just more threats. Could see something like this, even like going down on just Caracas and one. No, I want to keep the lands. We know about these Armos. Maybe the sword's incorrect, but I do want to give some credit to Monastery Mentor. This doesn't have a black source, which is probably the reason why I'm going to mulligan it. Okay. Turn 1 Dried Arbor. Turn 2 Bob. This is heavily reliant on the Dried Arbor though, because the Bob doesn't come down off the Dark Depths. Come on, turn 1 Ponder. Yikes. Alright. Oof. That's fine. That is card disadvantage, which is nice. But our hand is pretty reactive. Would love to have a threat. And we did take out one loam, I believe, so it's still only a 1 for 0. Oh, they miss a land drop. Huge. The Dark Depths doesn't currently tap for mana. But let's see how this goes. Interesting that they didn't snap Brainstorm in their turn to find a land drop. Wow, they're going to Surgical Savannah. I should still have a scrub land I can find. It does put lands back into my deck, which is nice. At least some of the ones that I want to find. All right. It's pretty good. Dress down's cute. Ooh. Okay. Interesting. Don't want to endurance just yet. There's a world rush to upkeep endurance there in my turn just to get that timeless dragon out of the... Wow, they're not even going to try to do it. Are all my green sources actually just gone? Bayou double Savannah. I think they are. I think I'm actually waiting for nothing here. Yeah. I don't think we have a great out here. I have to kind of endurance myself to get green lands in the bin. And they have a timeless dragon that I have to hit with the endurance, but they also have a snapcaster mage. I think it's just gonna be a loss here. Probably just not well suited in the board to beat this sort of deck. I probably should have thought about it a little bit more, but that is all good. We will see you in round 2. Hey team, in game 2, we're gonna keep this 6 and bottom a stage. Opponent has kept 7. All right. Summoner's Pact. Most likely just going to be a oops all spells, which this deck is going to have a real tough time against. It's nice to have the chalices, but as you can see here, it's just going to be a turn 1 win. Tough. Alright. I like the traps. I like the oof, the endurance, the force of vigors, the swords. Swords can get there, but usually don't. We can take out the slow stuff. Hexmage typically isn't going to be great. Step, grist, Ramanap. Probably something like this. Yeah. Way too slow. We have endurance, which is nice. Typically not enough sometimes, but we have turn 1 reclaim into turn 2 bog or hold up endurance. So I think this hand is more than fine. And I think we're just going to bottom the second Elvish Reclaimer. I guess in case they play like Duress, there's a reason to keep the second Reclaimer over the Green Suns. So I might actually do that. I might just bottom the Green Suns. Just going to go Savannah into Elvish Reclaimer. Allows us to then play the, hopefully, if we get a turn 2. Play the stage, turn it into a bog, and then we have a lot of colors online. Or if they do nothing, just go and fetch a flagstones. They have 2 cards left. In response here, we can Endurance. Target them. I also did it in a way that it exiles the bridge first, which is nice, so they don't get an actual turn. There's Natural Bog, which is probably our worst draw, to be fair. I think we're just going to be going for the 2020. That's probably the fastest thing we can do. Oh, okay. Chalice for 0. Turns off pedal effects. Then I can still hold up Dark Depths next turn. Sack the flagstones. Go and get a Savannah. And then go and get Dark Depths. Could have attacked there, but just in case I need to hold up the Reclaim, I don't think I do because the Bajuk Bog's already in play. But could have got in for a 3 there. An opponent has, yeah, just seen that we got there, which is nice. I don't think there's anything that I want to change here. It's going to run it back and hopefully on the draw have the Mindbreak traps. One stop. Way too slow. We have the Chalice, but again, we need like an Endurance or Mindbreak trap hand, so gonna mulligan this one as well. Something like 2 lands Mindbreak trap or 2 lands Endurance green card, and then anything on top is quite nice. It's not really about card quantity in this matchup, it's about card quality, so I'm pretty happy to aggressively mull to make sure that that quality is there. Okay. Let's bottom the Bog, and scrubland. Leyline is annoying, but the trap can hopefully get there. 1 spell. 2 spells. 3 spells. 4th spell. They have 1 card left in hand. Nice. All right. I actually should have let on these two in case we draw into Urborg. That changes things. Because I can't endurance them, because I can't target them, I'm just going to Green Suns for Dried Arbor here, which allows me to Dark Depths the following turn. So even though we didn't go Dark Depths into stage, it's going to play this for 0 and pass. Should lock it up, hopefully. They have 3 cards. Needs to be a pretty good 3 cards. I don't believe there's a way with 3 cards, even if we're like Summoner's Pact into Wild Cantor. We need mana for that. Guess you get 4 cards, so close. Nice. All right. Well, nice to be back and on the board. We'll see for round 3. Hey team. Round 3, we are on the draw against Martine. And I don't mind this hand. Gonna keep this. The Mox is really nice to be able to turn on Reclaimer and Wasteland potentially. Starts with Bog. Interesting. Well, I'm more than happy to hit that with Wasteland. Another Mox, wow. I mean, I could just go turn 1 Knight here, but I think that's incorrect. Plateau. Interesting. Most likely just depths. Library's pretty strong. Maybe there's a world where the diamond is better than the land. And sadly, I think I just have to trophy this. Maybe not. Maybe Grist is okay here. But the libraries are a really big advantage in this matchup. They only take one. I'm usually pretty aggressive with Sylvan Library in this sort of matchup where there isn't too much reach. At least we know they can't tap out for night here. But they could hold up crop. Huh. Depths. Don't want to play the Dark Depths either. A little bit of an awkward draw. I also didn't want to trade with the Grist. There was a world where potentially they have Swords to Plowshares for the Knight, and therefore trying to trade the Insect with the Sylvan Library, with the Sylvan Safekeeper, would have allowed them to kill the Grist if they just sack a land to the Safekeeper to give it pro. Because then we still lose the 1/1. They swords the Knight. They attack the Grist. Can make them sack a land, but the Safekeeper is just so strong here. I think I have to get to a spot where I can Assassin's Trophy their Dark Depths if they go for the combo. And then try to get there by going wide with my insects. Okay. It's pretty good. Can make them sack the Wasteland here. Definitely very far behind, but there is a window of opportunity. Safekeeper, the big play here. I guess we could draw our own Sajiri step and potentially get the knight through that way. Bob. Okay. Interesting. They're going to just start attacking with the knight? Green Suns for Ramanat? I can't do anything. Play the Wasteland. Interesting. I would have gone after the Bog, but... they can attack now, because they can untap and get Sajiri Step. They also have Flagstone with the Safekeeper to make these 11/11s. No, just playing it safe. Interesting. Oh, we hit the one step. We hit the one step. Rough. I guess they don't know that, but that's a tough one. That was kind of my plan. Not sure what my plan now is. That's the hard one. Safekeeper just really, really screwed up any plans that I had. Could just bog them here. I don't mind that. It also gets rid of their ability to bog me, which is pretty huge. I think I'm definitely going to look into Bolt, which is a video editing software that easily takes out the dead air when streaming, which is really cool. So it'll just cut between when I actually talk or have something to say. So I think that's probably one of the biggest areas of improvement for my stream is getting rid of dead air. Because there's only so much you can say about a matchup or about your lines. This could just be oof, but usually oof is in the board. Liberator, okay. Upkeep, Caracas. Okay. I don't think I can attack with anything. This Liberator flipping is also going to be a bit of an issue. Currently, just two creatures in the bin. I guess they could go and get Endurance, potentially. An Endurance me. Loam. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Not yet. Not yet. There will be a time. There will be a time. I assure you, chat, there is a time here where we can get there. I believe. Alright, there's Depths. I like how organized this is. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Creatures, lands, enchantment. Real nice. Real nice. Me. I think I just let this slide. We could mill step and then play it for turn, potentially? Off the loam? Just another loam. Tough. Just gonna be a pass back. So they can copy it, the trigger then happens, and then we can trophy the depths. But you can really see the power of Safekeeper in this matchup, or any sort of fair matchup. Whether it be Death and Taxes, the Mirror, Maverick, any sort of Swords to Plowshares deck it can be a nuisance against. I think I still have the Bog in the deck. So even if they try to sack some stuff here, we're gonna be okay. Take 2. It didn't untap either. I do want a loam. Getting closer. 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Take 2. 1 dies. Ah, so close. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'd most likely just take 2, get a 10, and then there's 1, 2. Yeah, there's currently only 2 creatures in the bin, so. Weird game for sure. Is the step still here? The step is still here. Classic. Surely they just attack with everything. Like, right click and just attack. Maybe not the safekeeper, but pretty much everything else. That's it? Alright. Okay. Quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They take 3. No. 1 more turn. If I get a turn. They don't use the elves. Interesting. Another step. I don't think I have an out to this. Yeah, because Bog's here. Yeah. Tough. tough. Boarding. The endurances. The plagues. The swords. 2 depths. 1 mox. 4 chalice. That might just be it. Pretty good otherwise. I could see the Hexmages coming out, and chalice not being the worst, but I actually do like 1 force. And probably keep the moxes, just because it's such a good turn 1 play for like turn 1 Bob. This is probably it. Even just having the extra black sources for plague. Tough game 1. Knights, Grist, Endurances, Prismatic Ending. Yeah. Plague on Human's going to be the go-to here. Force mainly for Sylvan Library, just because of what that card can do in the matchup. Especially left unchecked. Trophy's not too bad. It does give them a card, but typically what I'm destroying is going to be much better for them than the extra land. There is a world where I should have gone after the Safekeep a little bit earlier, but with the library in play, they can just find land so easily that I feel like they can recover pretty well from it. I'm pretty happy to keep this. Turn 1 Green Suns, turn 2 Knight or Prismatic Ending. Leyline. Library's going to be more than fine. I'm not going to target them. This is fine. I guess that's a good reason to keep up the knight. Okay. I guess either way, I'm trophying something, so I might as well just trophy the knight and then... Sorry, I might as well prismatic ending the knight. Now I can kind of just sit back on this trophy. Because if they have one answer in like Knight of the Reliquary, I can just trophy it. Another stage? Okay, not too sure what they were trying to do there. If you know, comment below. Were they just trying to thin? They're down to 0 cards. We just get to untap and trophy this. Nice. There you go. How to play around Leyline. We're just going to send this back. Seeing the Leyline makes me kind of want to play an extra Force of Vigor. So I might actually just go down on a Mox. Especially on the draw. Probably going to be turn 1 Source to Plashes, or maybe turn 1 Force of, turn 0 Force of Vigor. Interesting games. Always long as well. Nice and grindy. But hey, a big thank you to you on YouTube for subscribing to the channel, commenting, liking the video, because it means a lot. And I really appreciate the support. A one-lander. I'm not too keen on that, so I'm going to mulligan this. I'll keep this. Probably just bottom the knight here, as I can green suns for one if I want, and I'd rather just keep 3 lands. However, I could drop a land here and just rely on the 2 fetches. I don't mind that. Alright. Will we see a turn 1 Mox Diamond? No. Well, I'm not really in a rush to get rid of the leyline here, so pretty happy just to try to fetch up for a Dryad Arbor off a Savannah. Sylvan Library would be perfect here. Oh, if they're fetching, it's either Green Suns for 1 or Sylvan Library. Green Suns. Oh, but no land for my opponent. Interesting. Now I just get to hold up the Force of Vigor on the leyline, which is nice. Don't want to play the Mox just yet. There is a world where I'd rather have the fetch land as just another way to make a bigger knight or get a Dryad Arbor. Court of Grace. Okay. Oh, and Swords to Plowshares? Rough. Now the court might just take over the game. Green Suns. Yeah, because even a sword here on a creature, they get another 4/4. I'm going to call that game. Tough. Cool games though. We will see you in round 4. Hey team, on the play against FGC. Gonna keep this. Got all of turn 1 Chalice. Probably gonna bottom the Urborg here to the Mox Diamond. Not too sure what they're on. I've mulliganed to 6 cards. Alright. Savannah. Mox. Pitcherborg. Charles for 1. Alright, let's hope it's relevant. Against the Delta, you'd have to say so, but you never know. Oh, maybe not. Strix. Okay. Most likely a Grixis style deck. That's a pretty nice pickup, because that's going to allow us to just keep on trucking along. All right. Wow. So Underground Sea, Swamp, Baleful Strix, Delta. They could be Doomsday, but it's tough to tell. I don't mind the Plagues as just a clean way to get rid of Baleful Strix, and also just any sort of like Snapcaster Mage effect. I don't mind the Endurances against Grixis or that sort of deck either. I think I'm just going to trim here and there. Trim on a Mox, trim on Caracas, trim on a Knight. There we go. Let's hope. There have been Doomsday decks with no green mana, which is pretty relevant. I'm going to mulligan this. Alright. It's going to be an elf here. The green suns represent Stride Arbor, which is kind of nice. Alright, Delta. Delta Pass. Anything aggressive on Dried Arbor here would make me think them are a Grixis control deck than Doomsday. Okay. There we go. They're going to be some sort of Esper deck. Which makes me think like Esper Mentor potentially, so maybe the sorts plush ads are actually pretty good. I don't want to see Teferi bounce. 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 Alright, there's Mentor. That's probably just as bad. Ooh, fetch straight away means it's like Mentor into Jace. Or Teferi bounce. There we go. Yep. Alright. A little bit of an easy win there for my opponent. I do want the swords. I do want the knight. I do want the Moxen just because of the Termon Chalice. Or turn 1 Dark Confidant. Maybe not. Slim on Chalice. Yeah, looking at their mana base, they're definitely not a... Oh, I don't mind, like, 1. Yeah. 1 for 1. There we go. I don't mind 1 Armageddon. Just gotta make sure we're ahead. That's the big thing. Alright. Opponent on 6. Let's go for Savannah into Dried Arbor. Nice. No end step spell either, which is quite nice for us. Oh, we get a card. Nice. Bang. Oof, now we're talking. No lands. Oh. I'm not playing a land here either because of the Armo. They're definitely surveilling that one. Wow. Well, you take those. You take them. We'll see you for round 5. Alright, hey team. Welcome back for game 5. If you're still with us, a huge thank you. Means a lot. If you are here, let me know in the comments what your favorite Green Suns target is. We're going to keep this. Having the Chalice and Dark Confidant and Loam is really nice. A Mox off the top would be fantastic. We didn't hit it, but we did hit a fetch, which is still okay. Allows us to hide some information. I don't mind just going with Swamp here. Force pitching Dress Down. Interesting. Prismatic. Okay. So not Delver. Mox is actually quite nice to you. If I was going to get spell snared there, that was going to be an interesting conversation with my opponent. I'm going to loam instead of playing out the Hexmage. I don't want to play it into removal. I'd rather see if I could trade it with something like a Teferi or Jace if they're playing that. Sure. No, set. There it is. Force. Herbal Grist stage. See if they force the knight. No. What about the hex? Teferi's pretty good. These 3-mana walkers make me really wish I was playing a Red Blast deck. No shuffle. No great Green Suns targets here. So we'll go Catacombs for Dried Arbor. Play out the Knight. And then I will loan back the stage. Just going to get Pro here to get through this Snapcaster. see if we can take out this Teferi. But definitely not great. The Days Undoing is huge. A free 7's pretty good. Yeah, I think with the swords in hand, it's just going to be a bit tough to come back from this, so... probably similar changes to previous games, so... Armageddon, I assume they're playing Hull Breacher if they're playing Days Undoing, so swords is probably okay here. I don't mind going down on some of these. Endurance... Hexmage is okay for the Planeswalkers as well. And it might just be a Chalice. I'm sure there's more things I could think about, but... There's no... I think we really need like a real big silver bullet for this matchup, and we just don't. So it's going to be kind of a tough one, both pre and post board. Like no chokes, no Pyroblast effects, of course, being in non-red deck. It's really going to be like a turn 1 Chalice that's then backed up by pressure, so that if they Prismatic Ending the Chalice, then we have like a Bob that we untap with, or a Knight that we untap with that gets like Wasteland and Dual Land or something like that. But it's going to be a tough one. But to be fair, this is the matchup where you want Bobs over libraries, which is nice. But yeah, it's tough in like junk colors to fit in the white cards without going away too much from what the black-green version wants to do. So it is kind of tough to fit in a lot of what the deck is trying to achieve, I guess. I meant to use this for my land, because it can get basic forest for the Reclaimer, and then this can get basic plains, but hopefully this works out okay. We'll just get a Savannah here and play Reclaimer. A duel here would be great, because then our turn 2 players Dark Confidant and Wasteland. But yeah, maybe chokes on the board. It's kind of the Armageddons that are taking up that slot. As cool as Armageddon is, I think maybe... Oh, okay, well, there's the duel, which is nice. And even if they are Prismatic Ending here, or Meddling Mage, okay. Didn't expect that. Crop Rotation. Well, the Chalice is on 1, so I'm not too worried about crop rotation. I actually don't mind just Charles for 1 again. Land pass. Fetch here for Bayou? We can just go for this. Yikes. How do I want to do this? Resolves. I could just trade the Dark Confidant and Meddling Mage here. I don't mind that. I feel like Bob was getting close to just being there out. So, was in a bit of a tough spot. Okay. It's pretty good. There's not much I can do against a sweeper. And I don't think Chalice for 2 is where I want to be. It's Chalice for 3 that I want to be at. So I think I might as well just fire off a Green Suns and see what they do. All right. Now we're in a pretty nice spot because they can't deal with both chalices and hold up Swords to Plowshares. Nice. Wow, Chalice there doing the work, and thankfully we finish up 3-2, which isn't too bad. Let's go back to the Decktech. Oh. Sorry. That was game 2. That was game 2. You didn't see that. You didn't see that. Do we want to change things? I think we just want to send this back and see how it performs, but that is hilarious. Luckily I didn't stop recording there. We are in gameplay. I was wondering why this was a little bit different, and that's exactly why. Dukes, come on now. Come on. But yeah, you can see here, like, Obviously, the Knights and the Reclaimers are nice, but it would be pretty sweet to also have a bit more of like a Hexmage plan with like crop rotation, but we're playing the Chalices, of course. Ooh, okay. That's interesting. Just gonna build out my mana here. Has to be a Tundra, right? If they want to get white. Yeah. Which is pretty nice for us, because it looks like they're using Prismatic Ending here. Expressive? Sure. There is a world where it's wrong to attack with the Dryad up there, and this is why. If they go Tundra here, use the Tundra to Prismatic Ending the Mox Diamond, I then have to float mana in the main phase 1 to make the Dark Depths, which means that in main phase 2, or in main phase 1 if I make the 2020, they can play another white source and then Prismatic Ending again, or bounce with Teferi. I don't mind just making them have it here. We have the Grist as a backup plan, so that's pretty strong. Alright, Grist. Close. So close. Nothing. Wow. The small downside of 2 spelling there is that we don't put Narset down to 2, which means she does get a free activation and sticks around on 1. Surgical. Okay. There's one card I don't want to see here. I'm not going to say its name, but it does tap and deal 1 damage to any target creature. They're going to take out the Depths. Okay, that's more than fine. It's also a 0/3 from Return to Rav. Makes me have to attack with everything into Narset. But I assume if they have that card, we won't be untapping anyway. Oh my gosh. I even spoke about it. Oh, okay, this is different. Okay, that's fine. It's pretty good. I think I just want to get endurance here. Put away their graveyard. Could also Ramanat back the Dryad Arbor. I also don't mind endurance myself. Put the grist back in. Green Suns for grist again would be pretty sweet. I'm trying not to sneeze, that's what that face is. Yikes. There's my grist. Come on now. Don't you do it. That's pretty interesting. We're attacking grist. I think I do just put this in front here. Try to find like a fetch land potentially that I can get Dried Up with and then trade it for Teferi. Second endurance. Okay. That kind of puts us back to square one, except they have the Teferi. That's not too bad. Hmm. Hmm. Now. I think I just have to try to block here. And then sack. Just to get some value and keep the grist around. The verdant here also could potentially be a dried arbor, which is nice. But we drew it. Classic. See if I can bait with a bunch of things and then potentially get there with Armageddon. Happy to take this. All right. Start off with the easy one. Block here. Before damage, we'll take off those counters. Should have actually attacked with everything here. Okay. Sure. I would attack with the token here, especially with Vigilance and First Strike. Ah, it doesn't have First Strike. Ah, there we go. Only if it has counters on it. Six mana, so really want to draw a spell here and try to bait out a force. Mox isn't what I want. But We can see what happens. Could chalice on 3 here. I don't mind that. 1, 2, 3. Just gonna pass with the sword up. At least these Thespian Sages can become copies of the Dried Arbors. In case we need to do that. Okay. Sure. Hmm. Nice. I had nothing to say there. I'm sorry, I had nothing to say there, but wow. Pretty cool to get. I actually forgot I was even recording. But very cool to see us get there with the 3-2 at the end, so that's pretty sweet. Going back to the list, it's tough. I think I do love Junk or Abzan as a color combination, but I think that the green-white or Naya Depths deck, or the black-green Depths deck, or just 4-color Loam are three very good decks in their own right, but mashed together, it's definitely tough to find the right configurations of things. I do think there's somewhat of a deck here. I'm just not sure what the numbers are, what should be cut from this deck, in terms of, should it just be 0 Hexmages and therefore like no Urborgs? Should it be no Chalices and therefore bring in Crops? A little things to work out, but a really fun deck to work out with and to play with. So yeah, really cool. A huge thank you to Steve, as always, for the donation deck. But yeah, a huge thank you once again. If you like this content, definitely subscribe to the channel. Usually a lot more fluent throughout the videos, but just tonight a little bit off. But hopefully it was okay, and I'll see you guys soon.